Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and this is Business Spotlight. Joining me today is Jacques Tremblay and Daniel Plenzik, who are the owners of Bridgeland Distillery in Calgary. Thanks, gents, for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, Mario.
Thanks for having us.
Well, you guys are knocking it out of the ballpark, so to speak, when it comes to distilling spirits out there. And you won some recent awards for some of your products. Maybe if you can explain what those award wins were.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Mario. We're in the aging room today because, we've been doing a lot of work distilling out in our production area, but this is where kind of the magic is happening right in here. And it's where we're starting to get recognized is in our aged spirits. So yeah, we just last year, at the end of the year, we won the Alberta Spirit Awards, a few awards, a few gold medals for our bourbon, our taper corn bourbon. We've won a gold for Moscato Brandy, as well as our Spalumbo's Amato. We also had won a bronze medal for our old fashioned, and just all those results together, including best packaging award in Alberta. We won Distillery of the Year, so we're quite excited about that because we're there's 50 distilleries now here in Alberta, and it was quite a recognition and means we're on the right track, I think, of what we're doing here.
Jacques?
Yeah. Yes, there's been also a Canadian competition that they just released the results last week. It's the Canadian Artisans Distillers competition. And on that one, we won also 10 medals. So 4 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. What's interesting is that it's the most medal that a single distillery in Canada won on that contest.
Wow.
We had good feedback on our whiskey program because we put forward our bourbon that won gold, our single malt that's only 2 years old at this point won a gold medal, and it's quite encouraging for the future. So all in all, it was a great. I don't go medal by medal on that one, but people can check that out on our website. It's really a good showing for us. We're really encouraged with it.
All right, super. Now I understand you've got a release of your first straight bourbon coming up.
Yeah, so when we released our first Tabor corn bourbon, obviously our bourbon's made with all local grains, all within 100 miles of the distillery from Tabor and Penhold, Alberta. And our first release of our bourbon was only a 1-year-old product. And people just can't believe that it's only 1 year. It tastes like a 4, 5, 6-year-old bourbon. Just due to our processes that we have in place with our fermentations and distillations, we produce an amazing bourbon after 1 year. But we're at the 2-year mark now this month with our bourbon. We've been tasting it as it was maturing here. It's a lot fuller, deeper, nutty. It's an incredible product, and it's an additional year in, and that straight bourbon is going to be available here next month, here in March. We still have a bourbon cask club that's available, so if anyone ever wanted to try, for example, our bourbon that's 1 year old, but at cask strength, so this one here is at 56.6% alcohol. That combined with a bottle of our straight bourbon, we're selling as part of a club, which we call the Bourbon Cask Club.
Okay, super. And you have a single malt whiskey coming up as well?
Yeah, that's correct. As you know, whiskey in Canada needs to be aged for 3 years. We are approaching that mark as a business because we started distilling in May 2019. As an outcome, our first cask of single malt are due to be 3 years in June. So it's always been a goal of us to have, like, right at the 3 years mark, having a full-fledged whiskey ready to be released, and we managed to be there. Of course, it's still 2 or 3 months away. However, what's unique about our whiskey program, we're using brand new barrels. We really want to bring forward, we want to come up with an authentic whiskey from Alberta. So there's a different component of that whiskey that are unique. One is we're using ingredients from farmers, from Red Shed Malting, the Hamill family in Penhold. They grow the barley and they roast it, they malt it, and it's an awesome raw ingredient to use. and that's what's going to be featured in that single malt. It's the same single malt that gathered a couple of medals already, one in San Francisco 2 years ago for the white spirit, and one in this Canadian Whiskey Award for the 24 months. So all along, we've been entering the product as it's aging to see how it tracks compared to its peer, and it seems like we're on the right track with that whiskey program.
Well, yeah. So, as you said, you're a young company. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would be where you're at now, what, 3 years later?
We not exactly, but like we definitely had a lot of planning this room was an important room for us. It's been in the plans all from day one. Hence why we concentrated on and focused on aged products. So we're having a lot of fun with this now, because obviously we got brandy and grappa and bourbon and single malts and Irish whiskeys that are aging here. We got some neat products that are going to be released just due to the cross-pollination of these products. Like, for example, we have a 2-year-old grappa that we have aged, and it's we've actually just we're going to finish it in our once used bourbon barrel, and it's about 2 months here that's going through that finishing process, and it's one of the most incredible grappas I've ever had. So it's a grappa for the whiskey lover. Save
a bottle for me.
Absolutely.
I'll be there for that for sure. Hey, the other thing I was curious about is, so where does the inspiration come for some of this stuff? You know, how do you come up with these spirits?
Yeah, the inspiration comes from what we like, first of all, right? I mean, we are releasing product, the image of the one we like and that we are passionate about. So I guess that that brings a lot of help along the way to make sure that you're hitting the note, because first and foremost, as a consumer, you know what you like, and we would not put something out there that is not up to our taste or up to our satisfaction.
Yeah, and we do it authentically. We do it with local grains, local grapes, as local as we can with the grapes. So that's for sure. I mean, we don't grow grapes here in Alberta, but it's using that agricultural product that we know those farmers like personally. So
yeah, well, that's excellent. Well, looking forward to some of these new releases, and looking forward to dropping by soon down there and having a few shots.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mario, for today. And
thanks for having us. Yes.
You bet. Thank you. And that was Jacques Tremblay and Daniel Plenzik, owners of Bridgeland Distillery in Calgary. This has been Business Spotlight with Mario Toneguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.